Hello everyone, welcome to Everything Arsenal. Another live stream. We just finished one just an hour ago, talking about the likes of Gyokeres, Rodrygo, and Xavi Simons. So after this, in case you didn't see that one, make sure to check it out. It will be linked at the end of this video. But in this one, you're going to be talking about Noni Madueke. Literally 10 minutes after finishing that show, Noni Madueke has been officially announced as an Arsenal player. It took a bit of a long time because he finished his medical like 3 days ago. But it's finally been announced, our fourth official signing of the transfer window. After Kepa, after Zubimendi and Nørgaard, this is our fourth signing. We're still expecting more, so let's get through what has been said about Madueke, what he said, what the coaches said, what the director said, and then also Nwaneri is signing a new contract too, has signed a new contract too, so that is a very good news as well. I mean, there was a point where people were thinking, Madueke comes to us and then Nwaneri goes to Chelsea. Somehow they actually end up getting announced and signed on the same day, so that is very interesting. So this is Arsenal saying North London's latest recruit, that is Madueke signing for Arsenal with Andrea Bata and Mikel Arteta. Now, I've already talked about all the details of this deal. Obviously, over the last 2 weeks, we are going to pay them £48 million and then £4 million in add-ons. A lot of money, obviously, but hopefully it works out. So now he's an Arsenal player. We cannot say, don't bring Madueke or whatever. He's an Arsenal player now. So we've spent £52 million on him. So we have to pray that it works. Hopefully it works out for him. Hopefully proves everyone wrong at Arsenal, and hopefully by the time he starts playing for Arsenal on his debut, scores his first Arsenal goal, and you don't have to wait a couple of months for it. And hopefully by the time we get to December, he has more than 10 goal contributions and is looking sharp. He's backing up Saka well on the right side. If he's playing on the left side, hopefully he's doing well on that side as well. So yeah, that is our fourth signing so far. Our second most expensive signing after Zubimendi. He probably will be like our third or fourth after we get done with this transfer window. That is interesting that Madueke has been signed for 52 million. And at the end of the transfer window, it might be our fourth most expensive signing of the transfer window, not the first, because we expect Gyokeres to be more, Zubimendi was more, and we expect, as if we get him, to be more as well. So that is very interesting. In terms of what people have had to say about it, Arteta said this: we're all happy to welcome Noni Madueke to the team. Noni is an exciting and powerful young player with his performances and numbers in recent seasons being of consistently high quality. He is one of the most talented wide forward players in the Premier League. At just 23, Noni already brings experience of club and international football, and he knows the Premier League very well. Having seen the quality of Noni's performances up close in recent seasons, we are really excited he is joining us. Noni joins our group with familiar England teammates and other players he knows. He will be made to feel at home straight away. His arrival will really improve our squad. We are all thrilled to have him here. From all of us, welcome Noni and welcome to your family. So, Mikel, I really hope you're right on this one. Obviously, it's very what's the word? It's very brave of Arteta and the rest of the coaching team and the board, obviously, to go for another Chelsea player like a couple of months after the Sterling one didn't work. Now, I don't think Madueke will be as bad as Sterling, and he's actually very young, surprisingly. Now, people would think Madueke is like 25, but no, he's very, very young, younger than most of our players. So he does have a lot of time to improve. Obviously, we don't have a lot of time at Arsenal because we need to win the trophies right away. So hopefully, because he has that Premier League experience, it does hit the ground running. And as I've said at the beginning, hopefully by the time we get to December, we're not even talking about the prize. The Declan Rice one, no one ever mentions Declan Rice's prize. No one ever mentions Timber's prize and all that, because they've come clutch for us a lot of times. So hopefully for Madueke as well, by the time we get to December and January, no one is even talking about the 52 million, because we've seen how much is worth by that point. So if people are talking about the 52 million by January, then things are not going good. So hopefully that's not the case. What did Andrea Bata have to say about this? We are very pleased to have concluded an excellent deal for hugely talented young player Noni Madueke. Noni's performance and numbers and availability over recent seasons has been exceptional, reflecting his quality and professionalism. Noni is a dynamic, versatile wide forward player with strong technical ability who will significantly strengthen our squad. Noni already has valuable experience at the top level, and we know he will make a big impact at Arsenal. Together with everyone at the club, we warmly welcome Noni to Arsenal. So in terms of meeting players and all that, he doesn't have to adapt really that much, because he's played against these players for a long time, and he plays with most of these players at England for Saka, Declan Rice, If we have Eze as well, those are like his friends over at England. So if all of those players join us, if Eze join us, then he does already know a few of the Arsenal players already. And obviously, he's also played with players like, did he play with Havertz at Chelsea? Or did he join now? I think he played with Havertz for like a few months at Chelsea as well. So yeah, he does know a few of our players. So hopefully we get the Madueke from PSV, the one with Xavi Simons on that picture. And we do get the one from PSG, not the one from Chelsea, really. So let's see how it goes. I think we have another one here. Let's see. So this has been confirmed. Madueke will not be part of the Asian tour. So as we thought, obviously, because he's been playing at the Club World Cup. It's a bit of a shame that for that AC Milan game and probably for the Newcastle game, there's a scenario where we might not have. We're definitely not going to have Madueke for those games, and there's a scenario where you're not going to have Gyokeres or Eze as well. So that is not great. That we'll not have any attacker for those preseason games in Asia. We wanted to have at least two, but none of them will be there. Gyokeres probably won't be there, and Noni will definitely not be there. So that is a bit of a bummer, but he will join with the rest of the squad early August, so I think he'll be available to play in the Emirates Cup and also the other game against Villarreal, so Villarreal and Bilbao. He'll also wear the number 20, so that the number that has been given to him. So all the best to Noni Madueke. Welcome to Arsenal. Before we go to the next topic, I wanted to check. Let's do this. I want to check Noni Madueke. Let's go to SofaScore and check Transfer Market and check Noni Madueke's performances at Chelsea. I want to see the exact numbers that he's been putting up at Chelsea, and if we're expecting the same or more. Let's see. All seasons. I know he scored a few goals last season, way more than 10, actually. I do prefer him as a right winger, not really as a left winger, but we definitely will probably see him on the left wing a few times. So let's go to last season and how he did at Chelsea. Let's go to this. Let's remove this. Then let's do this. Share screen. There. So let's see this. So Madueke last season, he played, they include the Club World Cup as last season, but yeah, he was coming on like for 2 minutes in the Club World Cup. But yeah, in total, if I would like to ignore the Club World Cup, to be honest. So in total, 37, 38, and 9, 41. So in total, 41 games, he scored 11 goals and 5 assists. Now, 3 of those goals came in the Conference League. 1 of the assists came in the Conference League as well. And then he scored 7 goals in the Premier League, 4 assists in 32 appearances. The way Arsenal played last season, the way we played last season, that is actually more than most of our players in terms of goals. Unfortunately, I think it's only Havertz who probably had more in the league, and maybe Saka. Yeah, we didn't have a lot of players. That is similar to what the likes of Trossard and Martinelli got last season: 7 goals and 4 assists in the Premier League. So in total, if they include the Club World Cup, 46 games, 11 goals, 5 assists, 2,647 minutes. Let me see how many minutes he was getting here. Let's see, Premier League. So 90 minutes, 86, 62, 90, 63, 90, and then he played 67, 70. So those are the minutes that Madueke usually gets. A couple of 90 minutes here and there, as you can see there on the right side. And then sometimes he comes off the bench. Sometimes he gets subbed off around the 60th to 70th minute. I think that is what is going to be the case at Arsenal as well. I think he's going to be sometimes starting, playing 60 minutes, getting subbed off, especially if Martinelli and Trossard end up staying, both of them. That is what you're going to be seeing next season. Maybe Saka plays 70 and then Madueke comes on for 20. Sometimes Madueke starts on the left side and plays for 56 and then gets subbed off, depending on how the game is going. So yeah, sometimes he's only coming off the bench for like 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 21 minutes, 61 minutes. I can see a couple of hamstring injuries there, so we'll definitely take a look at the injury record there for sure. So yeah, he was coming off the bench and starting a few games here and there. Let's see the exact numbers. He started 27, came off the bench in 5. So yeah, so those are Madueke's numbers last season: 11, and then 5 assists. Let's check the previous season before that at Chelsea. I don't think the numbers before that were good. Chelsea did not have a great season that time. Still managed 8 goals and 4 assists in 34 games. Premier League 23, 8 goal contributions in 23 games, played only 1,000 minutes. That's not that much. Yeah, those numbers actually 1,000 minutes in the Premier League, that is very few. If you compare to players like Saliba who play way more than 3,000, that is quite low. So quite possibly he was getting subbed off a lot. He was playing, let me check how many games he played on the left wing. He only played one game on the left wing that season. So that is again very interesting. How many games is he going to play for us on the left wing? This is clearly a player who's used to playing on the right wing, not on the left wing. So right wing, right midfielder. He also plays the center forward once, left winger one. So if you actually do use him on the left wing, let's see how that one will turn out. Again, if you check his numbers that season, once again coming off the bench for 1 minute, for 58 minutes, 45 minutes, 24 minutes, 90 minutes, 10 minutes. So not great in terms of, he actually came on for 1 minute and 6 minutes, 3 minutes so many times. So in terms of getting him at least 60 minutes, he wasn't getting that much at Chelsea a couple of seasons ago. In detail, let's see how many he got for Chelsea total. For Chelsea, he played 92 games, 20 goals, 9 assists in 4,000 minutes. So definitely at Arsenal, if he plays 92 games, you'd want a little bit more than that. Now, if you're getting 29 goal contributions from Madueke, and then you're also getting another 25 goal contributions from Havertz, another 25 from Martinelli, that is good if you're getting from all of them, but you'd want at least 2 or 3 players to stand out. Now, Saka will definitely be one of them, Gyokeres will be one of them, and then you're hoping for a third player as well, the numbers to be high, because if you look at a team like Barcelona, they have Rafinha, Yamal, Lewandowski, all contributing crazy numbers, and then you'll see a few players like Pedri chipping in here and there, Ferran Torres chipping in here and there. If you look at Real Madrid, you'll see Mbappe with high numbers, Vinicius with high numbers, and then you'll find Bellingham chipping in and Rodrygo chipping in, and many other teams, Man City as well. You'll find Haaland with big numbers and someone else, and then you'll find the likes of Foden chipping in as well. So we'd need like 3 players to stand out, Gyokeres, Saka, and someone else. So we'll see who that third player will be. So overall Premier League, he played how many games for Chelsea? Around 44 games. He scored 8. This is 44? 24, 23. No, not 44. He played 50. Is it right? 32 plus 23, that is 55, 67. So he played 67 Premier League games for Chelsea in total. He scored 13 goals during that time, and 7 assists. So definitely there's room for improvement there that those are not like standout numbers. If you compare to the rest of the Arsenal team, almost the similar numbers to what those players had last season, the Trossards and the Martinellis, but hopefully we do see some improvement. Now we have to check the injuries as well. Let me confirm his injury record. How many injuries he had at Chelsea? So last season, he had one hamstring injury that kept him out for 48 days. He missed 7 games. Okay. And then he was ill. That is fine. The previous season, he had 2 injuries. One unknown kept him out for 2 weeks. And then a muscle injury kept him out for 9 days. The previous season, 1 injury for PSV. During his PSV days, he missed 20 games. So, okay, that is interesting. So if you look at these numbers, what we can say is every single season is going to pick up an injury that is keeping him out for like a month. So hopefully that changes at Arsenal. I don't know if it will change because he won't be playing that many regular minutes and stuff. But also at Chelsea, he wasn't playing that regular all the time. But he always has an injury that keeps him out for at least 2 weeks every single season. Let's see if that changes at Arsenal. So yeah, he's definitely had a few injuries. That's a lot of muscle injuries from 2021, around like 5 or 6 muscle injuries. So that's a lot. But not as much as some of the players that we have, like Calafiori and the players that we had, like Partey, not as many as those. But let's hope he doesn't have that many as well at Arsenal. So that is Madueke. Welcome to Arsenal, to Noni Madueke. Hopefully he proves everyone wrong at Arsenal. But he will not prove us wrong during the Asian tour because he will not be part. He will join up with the Arsenal team, whatever I've clicked there. He'll join up with the Arsenal team after the Asian tour. Now, Let's go to the next piece of news after Madueke. Make sure to check out the other live show if you didn't check it out. We talked about Gyokeres, talked about Rodrygo, Xavi Simons, and other players. Now, more good news is Ethan Nwaneri. According to Sam Dean, Ethan Nwaneri has now signed his new 5-year contract at Arsenal. So, as I said at the beginning, very, very funny that we thought at some point Nwaneri would be heading to Chelsea, Madueke to Arsenal, and then somehow Madueke has been announced the same day that Nwaneri is signing his new contract. Well, I'm very, very happy that Nwaneri is staying at Arsenal for sure. Most of you, probably all of you, are very happy that Nwaneri is staying at Arsenal. We needed that, man, and he signed a new 5-year contract as well. So same as Lewis Skelly, and they'll be here until they're like 23, 24 years of age, and hopefully by that time, you're talking about Nwaneri and Lewis Skelly being, one of the best players in the world by that point. He'll be like 23 years of age, so you'd expect him to be really, really good by then. So that is fantastic news. So far, I think Bart has done an incredible job in terms of especially those new deals. Because there was no guarantee that Gabriel Magalhaes was going to sign a new contract. He signed it. Lewis Kelly signed a new contract despite being linked with Real Madrid. Obviously, now Nwaneri signed a new contract. Those are big, getting those contracts signed. Now we are waiting for Saka and Saliba. Odegaard didn't sign his new contract that long ago. I think less than a couple of years ago. I don't think there's anyone else who's in danger of the contract expiring apart from Saka and Saliba. So let's hope those ones. Trossard's contract is expiring next year, so you have to decide whether what you're doing with him right now. And then there's a couple of other players you're expecting to sell whose contracts are expiring next year, like Fabio Vieira. So we have to is it Fabio Vieira? I keep on confusing. Reece Nelson. I think Reece Nelson's contract is expiring next year. I think Fabio Vieira is the year after. So yeah, those guys, we need to decide whether we're going to sell them right now or loan them out. So I think it's Zinchenko and Nelson whose contracts are expiring next year. And then Vieira 2 years from now, if I remember correctly from the top of the head. So I think that's how it is. But I'm very, very happy with the Nwaneri one. Let's hope we make the weekend even better by finalizing that Gyokeres one. Mosquera announcement is expected very soon as well. So Madueke is not going to be part of that tour, but we're expecting Mosquera to be part of that tour. So I think Mosquera could be announced tomorrow, probably morning. Or they're going to wait to arrive in Asia for Mosquera to be announced. I'm sure it's going to be on that plane. So, yeah, that's a lot of signings. I think this is the most active, although we haven't gotten Gyokeres yet, and the players that we want, like Eze, I think this is the most active we've been in a transfer window for a long time. We are never this busy in a transfer window. Usually we wait until the end of July, and then we sign a player, probably a goalkeeper or something, and then we wait another 2 weeks. This time around, that is 4 deals done. Mosquera will be the 5th one. Gyokeres will be the 6th one, hopefully. Eze will be the 7th one, hopefully. And then all these new deals, if you can get at least Saka or Saliba, one of them tied down to a new contract after MLS and Nwaneri and Gabriel, that would be perfect. So far, fantastic job for his. It's easy to forget that Bart has been here for less than 4 months. So far he's done very, very good work. I mean, I've seen people on Twitter saying, he's done more than what Edu did in 5-6 years. Now, I still do think Edu did a good job with getting players like Martinelli and players like Rice at Arsenal. Very, very difficult deals, especially the one for Declan Rice and team, but those ones are very good signings. Odegaard as well was a very good signing, so I don't think it was completely like crap from Edu and as a combination. They did get some really, really good players, and I'd like to say that the reasons why we went back to competing for titles, but obviously when you see Bata doing all of this within 3 months, you're like, oof, but yeah, I don't think it's hard to know why, obviously, because Bata is more experienced. Edu is new to this kind of thing, 5-6 years. Bata has been doing it for over 20-30 years. So yeah, there's definitely more connections, more experience and all that. But yeah, hopefully Bata continues making us happy. There's still a lot to do. We need to finalize Gyokeres. Hopefully we do get Eze as well. And then obviously in terms of sales, Nelson, how much money are we going to get for him? Fabio Vieira, how much money are we going to get for him as well? Which other player? Karl Hein, the goalkeeper, how much money are we going to get for him? If Zinchenko leaves, how much money are we going to get for him? So there's still a lot of work to do. And then we're going to decide whether they're going to sell a big player this transfer window. So I think it was David Ornstein who confirmed like a week ago, or the Athletic, as a group, that in the next 1 year we are definitely going to sell someone big. So Martinelli, Havertz, Odegaard, who knows? We were told that one of those big players is going to leave in the next 1 year. So it could be now, it could be January, it could be at the end of the next season. Also, I mean, Saliba's been linked to the move away. You never know. Could Mosquera be a replacement for Saliba? Hopefully not, because in my head, I have that combination of Saliba and Gabriel for the next 10 years, like Tony Adams and Keon, like Sol Campbell and Toure, have those people together for a long time. So that is the latest once again. Dennis says, I think it is high time Arsenal do needful concerning Gyokeres. I'm happy that we are finalizing all these other deals, because it now gives you like a free path to focus on the others. Because, you know, if you haven't finished the one for Nwaneri and you haven't finished the one for Madueke, always like, okay, when are we going to announce Madueke? When are we going to finish the Nwaneri one? When are we going to announce Mosquera? It feels like a lot to do. At least now we now know the Madueke one is out of the way and the Nwaneri one is out of the way. Now we know how many players are we looking at the moment. It's just Gyokeres and Eze, really. There's no one really that, maybe Xavi Simons, because Fabrizio said it. There's no one that we're really pushing for right now, because we've already done most of our business, and the new contracts are already done, most of them as well. So that is great. Good evening, Anjini, a great fan from South Sudan. Thank you for being here. I hope we are going to win titles this season. Hopefully. Finally, the YouTube comments are back here. Lloyd says, Glenn, she didn't trust, but I thought it was a Gyokeres boom. No, it's not. It's a new Arsenal player, though, so I'm not going to like not do an announcement video for Madueke. I mean, it happened the same time as Noneri as well, so it was two of them. I mean, if it's a Gyokeres one, I mean, I probably have like drinks on the table if it was a Gyokeres one. RK says, welcome, Noni. Please subscribe and smash the like button. Hashi says, thank you. Shelly says, I'm disappointed the medical rumors was Madueke. No, Madueke did his medical a long time ago. I knew it was going to be announced soon. I thought maybe it would not, because it's not going to be part of the Asian tour, but there were leaked photos in them earlier today, so maybe they just decided to announce him because there were some leaks. His Trossard contract will also be expired next year. Yeah, Trossard next year. Zinchenko next year, Reece Nelson next year. So you have to decide what to do with those three players very soon. Also, don't let me serve for you because you're Eze, then I'm happy. Please make my weekend a blissful one. Don't let my 7,000 warning I brought from MTN for monitoring Gyokeres issues. So Ayobami has has taken a loan to follow this Gyokeres story. So don't let Ayobami down. Let's see. Update on Gyokeres. We talked about Gyokeres in the previous video for Ronnie. Make sure to check it out. We all did like a whole 40-minute show. So this is just about Madueke and Nwaneri. How are you, Lamin? Finally, we have someone to rest Saka, 23 years, not bad. Hopefully, man, like that is what they were trying to do with Sterling last season, but it did not work out at all. So if we are able to still rest Saka in January and February, then that means Madueke is playing well. So that will be great. Good plan. Welcome to us, says Mary. Let's take a couple of more. Charles says, welcome to us, Noni Madueke. Bernard says, welcome to Arsenal. Let's take a couple more. How about Gyokeres? Nothing has changed from the previous video, Joseph. Gyokeres is what we need. And Eze says Ayobami. So yeah, that is done for Madueke. 4 signings done. Let's wait for the 5th one. We all know you're waiting for Gyokeres. Let's see if it's going to be announced on the same weekend. But that's the latest on Noneri signing a new contract as well, as announced by Sam Dean. No one else has announced it, but Sam Dean is quite reliable, so definitely has had something. Madueke will wear the number 20. Signed a 5-year contract as well, so a lot of people are signed a 5-year contracts. Mikel is happy about him joining. Bat is happy about him joining. But he will not be playing for us in the Asian tour. He'll only join us after the Asian tour. So we'll still not see Madueke for the next 2-3 weeks up until after the Asian tour. So that is it for this one. Make sure to check out the other video. We talked about Gyokeres in that one, and I'll catch up with you guys on the next one.